how many, did y'all go 180 days? Like you went typically from August till May?
No, we'd start in September and quit in May.
Okay. And you only went to 36 days.
I went 37 days.
What did you have?
Well, there was 7 grades in one school. We had one room school and everybody went together.
Yeah.
And one teacher.
It's crazy. And what, you got sick, what kind of sickness did you have? You know?
I got the itch when I was growing up.
What is the itch?
What
is the itch?
Blisters. It's just, you have blisters all over you. And the itch, you know, the scratch. So I had to come to the doctor for that. My hands was just blisters, and around my neck, you know, where the collar of her coat fitted.
You borrowed a girl's coat? Is that what you were about to say?
And then when I was 16, or almost 16, I had the toothache and had to have a tooth pulled. And that's about the only doctor I went to till I was 19 years old.
Wow.
I've made up for it since, though. I've got 3 appointments in the next week.
Oh, wow. So y'all, how far was everything? You said you walked to church, which was how far?
At the church and schoolhouse was in the same building. I'd say it's about 2 miles.
Okay. So you'd walk to school every day?
The boys gets bigger, we'll walk there and walk
yeah.
every day.
And then where was the store?
It was out there on the highway, out there on 52.
So how did your mom and dad get to the store?
Daddy had a car. Daddy had a
Oh,
car.
really?
Yeah, and then we had 2 horses, a yoke of steers, and a sled. You raised mostly what you had. You didn't go to the store very often, not like I do. I ain't got nothing. I run to the store and get it.
Yeah.
I'm spoiled.
But y'all had on your farm.
We raised her and we raised.
How much land were y'all?
Daddy had 200 and some acres. We didn't use all of it, but you know, we raised our corn and meal and canned a whole lot.
Yeah.
It was just, I mean, I couldn't do it now. I wouldn't even attempt to.
Really?
I wish I had enough room to raise a garden, though.
To raise a garden?
Yeah, I have 2 or 3 tomato plants and not as big as your daddy has, but
yeah.
He had a good one last year.
Mm-hmm. So then what happened as y'all got older?
Mom and Dad separated, and Mama come to Mount Airy and brought us, Cowboy was grown, and me and Ida was grown, and we all come to Mama's sisters.
Wait, you said y'all were grown, but y'all were still living there?
Yeah. We come, Ida left, and Mama said, I can always remember that. She didn't care if she ever seen me again, long as she got to where Ida was. So we loaded up us a sack of stuff, and we followed Mama, me and me and Joni and Donna, and we come to Aunt Corey's. We stayed with Aunt Corey a year, and then I went to work at Renfro, and Ida went to work at Rosie's. And Mama got her job, so we rented us a house and moved out.
Okay. And left your dad there?
Mm-hmm.
Is that?
And then when he got sick, Mama let him come and live with them till he died.
What did he get sick with?
He had heart drops and he fell and broke his hip and just,
Yeah. But he stayed on the farm up until then? And then he came
He drawed from the government, so he drawed enough. He lived on it.
Okay. And what did you say your mom did whenever y'all moved here?
She didn't do nothing when we were growing up, but after we got grown and come down here, she got her job and went to work.
What did she go to work doing?
D&W Shirt Company, pressing shirts.
Okay. And what did Cabell do?
He went to my cousin's, and my cousin was a plumber, and her husband was, and he worked for them.
And Ida got a job at Renfro, you said?
No,
I
got the job at Renfro one nighttime, and she went to work at Rose's Five and Dime.
Okay.
Back then it was on Main Street.
Oh. And she was, what, a cashier there?
She worked there a while, and then she went to Lynn Hoser Mill and worked, and I bet she worked 30 years at Lynn Hoser Mill.
Okay. And what'd you do at Renfro?
You knitted, top to knitted. You put the top of the sock on the transfer and moved it over on the machine, and then the machine knitted it.
Okay. So that was you and Cabell and Ida. What about Joni?
Well, Joni and Don, they both finished school. We come down here, and they went on through school.
When did y'all stop?
I quit in the 7th grade.
Because that's as high as the school went, right? Didn't you go through
school? I wished I'd have went on,
but that's as high as the school went there, right? It was through 7th grade?
And, yeah. Well, now, our preacher and his wife offered for me to stay with them and go to high school at Hillsville. All I had to do was tend to the baby 2 nights a week, but Daddy wouldn't let me. And I didn't know I couldn't do it, that I could do anything except what him and Mom told me.
Yeah.
I was dumb, honey.
So then Joni and Donald went through school, through high school, through 12th grade?
Yeah. And then Donald went to college.
Oh, really?
And he married married a girl in Parabat, and he went on through college. And then him and her separated, and he went to, I don't know what you call it, but he was working in the radio and, broadcasting and things like that.
Okay.
So he went to California and remarried and stayed out there for a long time, and then he come back and stayed with Mama till Mama died, and he lived there at the house till he got married.
Okay, so let's go back through. There were 8 of you, and it was, number 1 was, wait, don't tell me. Cabell,
Right.
and then you, and then Ida, and then Irvin, who lived until he was 21 days or 8 days, one or the other, right?
I don't know which one of them was which.
So that was Irvin.
Well, let's just say he was 8 days old, because I think he's the one that
had the belly button thing where you.
I'm not sure.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He just bled too much from his belly button.
Mm-hmm. And it was in the winter. It was in the winter time, and babies just don't survive a lot of stuff, like they do now.
Mm-hmm. So it's Irvin, and then after Irvin was, don't tell me, Joni.
No.
Oh, Dorothy.
No.
Oh, I'm parking over here. Wait. Cabell. Mammy. Ida. Irvin.
Starts with an R.
Roy. And Roy lived 21 days.
Now, I'm not sure about those two, but that's the way that I've got it figured out.
And Roy had...
One of them had...
or which one? Yeah, one of them had the belly button, and then the other one had... like the measles. What's it called? Something bull, something.
It went right out of my mind, honey.
We just talked about it.
Bull hives.
Bull hives. Okay. So then one of them had bull hives, and that was Roy, maybe. And then after Roy was
The girl.
Dorothy. And Dorothy lived 5 months, and then she got sick and was sick for 12 days. From, what was that called? What did you call it? Spinal meningitis. And then
Joni.
and then Joni, and then Donald. Got it.
You're smart.